Hi, Dean here with Green Elephant Studio, and in this video I'm going to try and answer the question, what is the Mod Duo? I've had a kind of a hard time answering that question. People ask me about it, and it kind of seems to depend on the type of musician you are, and so it's always a larger discussion when somebody asks me about it. I'm going to try and do this and answer what the Mod Duo is. Okay, let's give this a try. I'm trying not to go over it too long, but I could keep talking about it, but I'm trying to keep this video short. So here we go. The Mod Duo in its real form, this thing is a Linux computer in a kind of a stomp box format, and really that's the essence of it, because it's a computer, it's programmable, it's all those things, it's open source. If you're a programmer, you can make your own plugins. There are tons of them, and by plugins we usually mean effects, but that it is not limited to that. There are MIDI utilities, there are sound generators, there are synth generators, loopers, switches, routing tools, anything that has to do with audio processing, audio generating, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to use the Mod Duo website to kind of go over, just use their main page here just to, read this off. It's for every instrument, one single device, and it really is for any instrument. So, guitars, obviously, you can plug into here. This is the input side. It's got two inputs, two outputs, completely routable however you want to. It does have a headphone out, so you can practice through it if you want. MIDI inputs, also USB ins, also, as well as this thing called control chain, which is their own proprietary peripherals protocol, and it does more than just MIDI, so it just gets some more information to your devices. But you can use MIDI foot switches as well, MIDI expression switches, all that kind of stuff, and aside to stuff. You see here it's got two foot switches. You can assign one thing to each one per pedal board. The knobs here are not only just knobs, they are buttons, and they can be used to, you can assign different parameters to this. If it's your distortion gain level, your what else? Blend level on your delays or reverbs for direct versus wet. Whatever you want, you can assign as many as you want, and you just hit the button and it'll go to the next parameter that you have had assigned to it. So you can just you can do as many as you want, and then you just click through them to find the one that you need to do. Things like bass, mid, and treble, adjusting that on the fly. So you have, as long as you assign it, you have access to all those things right here. So a lot of flexibility here, easy to expand. And when I first had this, I had the Keith McMillan Soft Step, the first one. So I didn't. So I had 10 more foot switches available to me, and there's more than enough actually. But I do like the ones that they have made. They're also coming out with their own expression pedal through the control chain protocol. So it's a lot of cool stuff there. Let's go back to their front page here, and it says the gateway to an endless array of effects, synths, amp simulations, looping stations, sequencers, and more. So yeah, there's a sequencer in here. If that's the thing, you can create your own drums. Use the drum generator with their sequencer and have a drum loop going on right out of this, while you have your guitar plugged into it, playing along to that. or even your friend can plug their bass in here, and you guys can play completely independently. You know, the effects are not shared. You got your own independent signal path, and you can do all that. I mean, you know, all instruments, including voice. So if you can mic something, you can effect it on here. You can plug your microphone into here, and you know, set your levels, and you're all good to go. There's vocalists using this to add some ambience to their vocals, or even do pitch correction that's available on here. You can do harmonizing. What else is there? You know, compression, gates. Oh man, what else would you want to use? Even distorting the voice, all that kind of stuff, right in here. Yeah, so on this site here it says 30-day money-back guarantee, but just to let you know, Green Elephant is offering 90-day return policies. So make sure you don't get it all messed up, but as long as it's in the same condition and resellable condition, we do offer a 90-day return policy. So yeah, so let's talk about the pedal boards you can create on here. You can get really wild with it, right? This is mine. This is actually the one I use. I play the NS stick. I've got a bass side and then a melody side, and each side gets independently processed. So this is my bass side. So I've got all these things on here making amazing sounds or shaping my tone with you know, everything from overdrives and compressor and this modulation delay plugin, EQ, everything. I even do some splitting here, you can see, and it splits it. I get this nice bass that just put it right underneath that really great sound I've already created to really just hold it. Sounds great. I love it. I just, yes. On the melody side, I have, you know, it comes in from here, it goes through, and I get the switcher, which either it will go through this side, which I have a certain kind of tone, and go through this side for another tone. You know, they come back together here. I have like a JCM 800 type of guitar amp simulator here. I have this is a new plugin actually, a cabinet simulator, and so on and so forth. I mean, it just keeps going. And let me move my face aside here. You can see I've got a delay going into a tremolo. Love trem after delay. Give it a try sometime. It just got that delays and it's going up and down. Oh, it just sounds so good. But I do also put that before the amp sometimes, you know, before distortions. You know, it's easy to do that whenever I want to. I've got a nice reverb here. All going out here stereo. If I want to, I can just put the bass going out one output and then the melody going out the other output. If you can think it, you can probably do it here. Alright, so I think I covered everything. Let's see, on the, so I have, I can see here it actually says 439 plugins already in my unit. My unit's on the floor, by the way. This is actually just another unit I have. That's with the beta plugins. Without the betas, you're, I think, looking around 250 plugins, so you're still going to have so much available to you, and they just keep coming out with more. The difference between beta and the regular stuff is that beta is just where developers have created stuff, but they have not been vetted by the Mod Devices team completely. They are working at a certain level and they'll probably be just fine, but it is kind of a use at your own risk. I'll be going over that in an advanced section and an advanced video. However, just know that it's available to you. It's nothing special. It's super easy to get to. What else can I say about this? Electronics, people, you know, I think I already talked about that with use a MIDI control device like a keyboard, or you know, something I recently started playing with is the Jouet. You might want to use the you know, any kind of surface that is a MIDI surface will work with this. It's great that it's got the USB input, so you can plug your device into here, like the Keith McMillan stuff is all USB, and this will power it directly from here, so you don't need another power cord. Yeah, so anything else that I could talk about? If you're a developer, you can make your own plugins on the LV2. This is open source, so everything is hackable. You can, you know, if you are comfortable with it, you can do your own programming to, you know, just go right into the platform on here and update and do whatever you want. Let's see here. What else? But I think I covered everything. I think I kind of did. You know, I showed you my pedal board, how that kind of looks like. And I have a pretty crazy one, but maybe for you it's just maybe just the tail end of your pedal board where it's a reverb, a delay, and a tremolo, something like that, you know, or you know, I don't know, but you just want to fill in some blanks on your pedal board where you can just keep changing it, you know, just very song specific things where you know you don't need to get that one specific pedal for that. You know, you can just have it on here and recall it when you need it for that song, and you know, maybe have that one special thing on each song. But man, can you imagine having like a one pedal you know, that you would use only on one song? I know, I'm pretty sure there are people who do that, but man, the cost of that is going to go up pretty much. So this is $6.99. Free shipping, and like I said, with Green Elephant Studio, we have a 90-day return policy. Always being updated, always new stuff coming up on this. So once you get it, it will keep growing. not in physical size, but in you know, in functionality and capabilities. You know, and it's not for everybody. We already kind of talked about that. Maybe you won't. Maybe you've already got your own sound with your one amp and one pedal or no pedal. Some people are like that. That's your concept. But for me, I didn't have a sound. My sound was always created in the digital domain, either through my computer or I used, you know, Line 6. I've used TC Helicon, TC Electronic, all those things. But at the end of the day, it never had the same flexibility that this does. Few reasons. One is routing. We've already kind of covered that. The other one is the availability of the different sounds on here. So, you know, I have access to, I don't know how many fuzz pedals in here, how many, you know, different distortions and all that kind of stuff. And those I had to wait. If there was an update, if there was, you know, they may or may not have more models, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that was kind of a bummer for me, you know, because I'd always have to rely on Line 6 or TC to, you know, create their own and then you know, have the next firmware update to actually have something like that, where this developers are creating new and exciting plugins all the time, and it's always something new. The functionality I already talked about, that keeps going up. You know, and also in those, like, you know, I couldn't do the reverb at the very beginning of the chain if I wanted to, because they set it. Your signal chain was set. It was always like maybe the wah can go here before or after, but you know, it had to be distortions into amp sims, into delays and reverbs. Sometimes I couldn't put the tremolo before, you know, or after my delays. It didn't even let you do that, you know. And that's an amazing sound. I've already talked about that, but it's a really cool thing to do. So anyway, these were some of the reasons for me for choosing the Mod Duo. I've been using it for years, even before Green Elephant decided to carry it. So we hope that you understand that any product that Green Elephant Studio carries is actually from either personal use, myself, or somebody had a great recommendation, and the product is just super well known for being an amazing product. So those are the only kind of companies we work with. So this very, very awesome product. I've been using it for years, and I recommend it to everybody. And like I said, maybe not for you, but highly, highly recommended. Let me know if I answered the question, or if you think you understand what the Mod Duo is. And I hope I answered that. I'm going to leave the video here. It's gone over 15 minutes just talking. I hope I didn't go on too much of a tangent. But please, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at greenelephantstudio.com, or leave comments and questions below. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to keep coming out with new videos, not just on the Mod devices equipment, but all kinds of stuff, and other things that we carry in our website. So thanks for watching. Please watch our other videos, and I look forward to seeing you there.